Open it up.
went ahead and pressed it.
Hey, it's Danny and Q. We're two friends with nothing and everything to say.
And now we're inviting you into the conversation.
Welcome
to Randomly Speaking. What's up? We're back.
I'm Danny.
You and welcome to Randomly Speaking. Man.
Hey, what were you laughing at? You was like going to town, man.
I was laughing because every time the intro comes on, I forget that that's not you talking actively in that moment. And it catches me off guard. And then I was like, damn, we really need to do that intro again, but I don't feel like it. Because I remember that day I was thinking it was going to be an audio podcast. So I'm just like fucking around or whatever. But yeah.
I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know where we got lost. I get it. I know where me and you could have
got lost. We didn't. I mean, we didn't. I mean, I guess we didn't like, all right, this is what it'll be, whatever, Yeah. I am, dude, I have some right side back pain, and I took methocarbamol and celecoxib or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, all right? I think the other name is Celebrex. Celecoxib.
That's good enough. That's good
enough. What is it?
Something like that. Look.
Is the real name of it Celebrex?
I think it is Celebrex. But full disclaimer, I was that one throughout nursing school, especially during pharmacology or whatever. When it comes time, I raise my hand and say something, start talking about some drugs or whatever, the generic name. I was like, look, Sheboygan. They were like, what? I'm like, man, I don't know. And then some of them sound so similar and everything. But yeah, I'll fuck a name up in a heartbeat, prescription drug. So I ain't want to talk. It's all funny to me.
This chick just canceled my pedicure appointment because her dog ran out the house. Ma'am, do you want me to come in and help you find your dog?
When is your appointment? Is it today?
At 5:15.
Her dog ran out the house? Hold up. Like, what?
I opened the front door and my dog ran away. I need to take care of this situation. Okay. And no, I can't reschedule for tomorrow, sucker. Okay. No worries.
Her dog right now.
I hope you find him. I'll be the same way.
Yeah. That's like my dog ate my homework.
I would be sad if my dog ran out too.
Is that what you telling her?
No.
Oh, that's what you were saying. I was like, some empathy, you gotta keep it in your head, you know?
I know. Sometimes I do let stuff out that I shouldn't, but it's okay. She said, can I do tomorrow? But I can't do tomorrow because I only have mornings tomorrow. And I actually looked at her schedule for tomorrow, and tomorrow her schedule is in the evening. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually do evening anything because that requires me to go out in public and traffic, and the most people are out during the once you hit 2:30 around here, you got to deal with everybody, school people, work people, and then it's a Friday. You know who's gonna be out on Fridays after work in Jacksonville?
You and your man looking for a flea market.
Now we're gonna be out no, we ain't gonna be out afternoon on Friday in Jacksonville. But she's like French or something. She's not like I don't know what she is. Her name's Juliana or whatever, something like that. I didn't talk to her last time that much. I looked at some Paris runway shows, but I really was looking forward to sitting in her massage chair, man, because I took the medicine. It's not working.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what we was talking about originally in your back.
Yeah, I took the medicine. It's not working, but I did the other day. I took the medicine too, and I know that I probably should have kept every 6 hours or whatever, but I didn't. And so I was like, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm good. And this came back today. And so I took the pill. So I'm hoping that throughout like the rest of the day it works. If not, I might hit up the urgent care in the morning because I know they'll give me an injection.
Yeah.
But I'm not anti-medicine, but I genuinely just don't feel like I have to always have medication in my body,
Right.
and I know that I'm probably having this pain. This is my weaker side. I have to back strengthening is something I always have to do. And this dog probably done jerked me some type of way because he always be acting a fool. But and then I'd be laying on the couch. I've been laying in the bed though lately. But
Yeah. Do you use the
talking
you have the electrodes thing, the stimulator?
about that TENS machine.
Yeah. Have you ever? You
I
should probably.
mean, at the doctor they didn't use it, but I never have had one personally.
You can. They can give you one for home.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I might try. I probably could have a lot of things, but this is my issue. I have the I have the PTSD that is confrontational, and that's
Mm,
something people don't really talk about. I don't. My interaction with people is not like an angry way. It's just that I get nervous, even though I'm a very social person.
mm,
Dealing with people business wise and stuff, you have to get straight to it. That whole steps to go through so much, it gets me anxious and it gets me angry. So when I go to
yeah.
the doctor, when I go to the doctor with a problem, and then they send me to 10 more appointments before they get to the meat and potatoes of it because they want to
Right.
do it their own way. By that I quit. I usually back out of it because I already know it. I know I may not know what I need exactly, but I know that I don't need to go through 60 days of pills first and then 60 days of this. I know that we need to just skip all that because I done it 1,000 times. But and I like physical therapy, really, I do. But it's if we ain't doing it in the morning,
It's
just
tedious, man. It's
wrap
tedious
it up.
too.
It is, but and if
It's
we ain't doing it in the morning, you can wrap that up. I'm not coming to the VA with And I guess I'm probably considered an old lady now, but I'm not coming to the VA with the Vietnam vets and doing it in the
right.
afternoon. If we can't do this, I can't get the 7:30, 8 o'clock appointment.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just give me my little paper with my stretches on it, and I'll go and do that.
Because they're gonna do it anyway. They got look, send you an email, give you
And
a
you gonna make me
printout.
come here and get on your bike and your treadmill. Shit, I can do this. One thing I did like about I went to physical therapy the most when I was losing weight that year. That year when I was like I was in the two, I was 199
Yeah.
because it was a free. I mean, every workout was free, but it was like a workout. So it was like it was a
Yeah.
part of my life. Like, oh, I go to physical therapy. I'm gonna go here and get on the bike for
Burn
this
some
long, get on the
calories.
treadmill for this long. They're gonna stretch me out. So it was a part of my like weight loss thing. And because for like a year straight, child, my neck and my shoulder hurt so bad. Like it was
Yeah.
the worst. But I'm just
Mm.
dealing with this back pain right now, and I do got a heating pad, and then I think my neighbor has a massage gun or whatever.
Yeah.
I might try that, but I ain't too stressing. If this pain go away, and you know how it is. Like even though I'm having this pain, if I got up and walked around, the pain isn't there.
I bet it ain't gonna hurt this weekend either.
You know, it probably will. It ain't gonna work hard this weekend because we'll probably be walking our asses off. We'll probably be working out constantly,
Right. I
waking
bet
up
y'all
at
gonna be
crack
working
of dawn.
out constantly.
Shit.
So it
You
ain't
might be
gonna hurt.
you might be thinking that's working out. No, 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 ma'am. No. We have an itinerary from the time the eyes open till it's time for them to almost close.
Oh,
Itinerary. He already said, he was like, he straight up said, what are we gonna do when I get there? I was thinking, you've
how
been
about
in the
rest?
highway all day.
How about rest?
Sit the
Rest.
fuck down.
No. Every moment with you is
He was like,
precious.
we got to go to dinner, and I'm thinking, cool, let's go to dinner. But that ain't enough. Like he never fucking sits down. He don't sit down till
Yeah.
8 p.m.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, what? I get up at 5 o'clock,
Right.
5:30 at the latest. I
Mm-hmm.
walk my dog. I run my dog. I come back in here. I sit my black ass down in 2 hour increments all over this apartment all day. What do you mean you want to get up, take a shower, and be on the go? Is anything open yet? And I'm fine with morning time. This is my thing.
Mhm.
I'm good. If we got up and we went and did stuff to about noon, 1 o'clock, gang, I'm with it. But all day,
Yep.
you know, like a little kid when you take little kids to do stuff. And I don't know if your son was like this, but like it's never enough. Like you take the kids to the park today, right?
Hmm.
And they be like, "What we doing after this?"
Right. And you like, you
You
going home.
exhausted, thinking we went to the park before. But it is an event going on, so I was like, we go to this event. That will spread it out because I thought I was a busybody. None of my friends can say nothing about me being a busybody. Like I thought I was a busybody.
Yeah.
Never sits down. Like just random shit. Like oh, get off of work and be like, I'm going to the store. Oh, I'm gonna go do this. Then went 4 other places, and I'd be like, oh, what you had to do that for? Oh, I wanted to go and check on this thing that was growing. I heard about such and such over here. Like I'm thinking, like, damn, they ain't working you hard enough at work.
No, he got energy, man. He
Yeah,
got
y'all
energy.
all day long to be up, going and going and tell me something. Then 9:30, tell me I'm 9 o'clock. Be like, man, I'm really sleepy. Your body is praying you shut up and go to bed.
That's funny,
I
man.
was like, maybe he'll get the 40-year-old thing when he turned 40. Cause I'm like,
Until then, no.
well,
But
he got a few more months. I was like,
look,
shit, I'm up on the move constantly. I'd be ready to sit down, look at TV and shit. I'm a TikTok scroller. You know what I'm saying? He don't even have TikTok. Like
yeah.
I'm a, and he's like, oh, if I had TikTok, I would be addicted. I'm thinking, please download TikTok.
A mess. But look, some I've heard people talk about this before, and people have even talked about this with me and stuff. Um, but like what do you call polyamorous relationships? Polyamorous, and so that, and then, well, is there a difference between a polyamorous relationship or just having an open relationship?
Yeah,
So there's a difference. Like, so polyamorous, wouldn't that just be when you guys are all sharing? Like it's all one.
polyamorous is like,
When it's like
yeah,
one relationship though
yeah,
with multiple people.
yeah.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
open is
And
that you free to
you out there doing your own
dibble and
thing,
dabble with. I
and
mean,
then
some people have rules, but you're free to dibble
yeah,
and dabble.
and then come back. So the thoughts on that, like, well, I'll say this for me. I feel like in fantasy world or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You be like, oh yeah, that would be cool to have more than one partner or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
But the reality or whatever, ain't no way in hell that me personally that I can have an open relationship or a polyamorous relationship. Like we
Thank
not.
God, man. Thank you for saying that. Cause I was sitting here like, I know you're not about to tell me. I know you're not about to tell me what I think you're about to
Is
tell
that why
me.
you set up? You like?
I was like, I was trying to read your face. I was trying to read your body language. I'm like, is she about to drop a bombshell on me? Cause
Well,
if
see,
you
what happened
are,
was,
text
me
me
and my
first.
future, what I'm saying, lady and stuff, we had this conversation. No, I'm playing. So for weird, because like she like off top, we were joking about something one time, and she was like, I don't even know why we got this deep into this conversation. She said, because ain't no way in hell that I'll be sharing you or anything else. So like, I don't even know why we talking about this or whatever. And we were just joking, like, your celebrity crushes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then some of our celebrity crushes matched. So we got into this whole joke. We were joking around, talking about, oh, well, why don't we just share them, whatever. And then she's like, hold the fuck up. Like, why are you even entertaining this conversation for real? Because let it be known.
Okay. Ooh.
But no. So for me, no. And so I've had somebody, and they're more on the open relationship side, like being married and having an open relationship and stuff. And I say to each his own, But for me, I say that we're all human beings, right? And so with that, people catch feelings and everything else, and there's not ever gonna be where it's there. I don't feel that there's equality, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna vibe more than somebody else. So
Yeah.
somebody gonna be sitting here in their feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also think that just invites too much stuff into
It does.
your relationship. Because if you're supposed to be in a committed relationship, for me, I can't entertain multiple. You know what I'm saying? Because my attention's here, there. So I'm not giving you my best. There's no way I can give you my best if I'm also that have tension over here, over there. And then the other parts of it, I just don't want to be having sex with multiple people
What's the goal in that anyway?
and
You know what I'm
everything.
saying?
So I think there is this person that I was following for a while for some other reasons, and then he does believe in polyamorous, and he was like a religious spiritual figure, whatever, and all
Mhm.
that. So it took a while to get to that part, you know. So after that, I was kind of like, okay, we don't really align in what we believe. And so for them, they were saying like the polyamorous relationships is because you have different people to come together, so you have multiple streams of income that way to take care of everything, but you also have different qualities and characteristics coming from different people. Like, so this person might be good with finances or whatever, so this person could do our whole household budget. This person's good with cooking or whatever, you know. This person is good with this or likes. So bringing together different qualities and stuff. And so that's where I say it could be interesting, but even still, even that, I'll just stick with the 80-20% rule for me, myself personally, you know, as long
Yeah.
as you got 80% of what I need, we okay. We
Hire a CPA, buy you get you some, order you some goddamn factor meals, hire you a maid. Don't play with me. You have kids and you want to have all that. You want somebody to clean the house, have some extra kids.
yeah.
You want to have some
So,
damn,
so
no.
speaking of kids, what do you think about married couples who have kids having open relationships or polyamorous relationships?
All right, so straight up, I think this shit is abusive and abusive, and it is because no matter what, how we want to slice this, you are your children's biggest influence.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, what you believe. If I believe in God, then of course I'm gonna teach my children about God. If I believe in Allah, I'm teaching, and that's cool. So you will be teaching your children about this. But I personally think it's abuse because now you are being you're taking their formative years and saying this is appropriate way to live. That's not the majority. That is a minority situation. You're setting them up for failure, and you're not showing them how to be emotionally regulated and self-aware. Because if you're juggling all of these people, you're telling me you are emotionally regulated and self-aware to juggle all these people. You're not. If you need all of that, you're not. You to me you just don't want to put in the work of one person, and you found an easy target. Because if you found a person who found multiple people who agreed to this, that means you went seeking that. And it's like being in a club. We all are interested in having these multiple relationships. We're not interested in getting to know and building with a person, one person. We're saying, oh, you good with finances, and you look good enough, and I'm sexually attracted to you. If that's the case, then boom, all right, let's fill the gap here with that. Oh, this person's, you picking out little personality pieces of each person, not the whole person. So you're telling me one person isn't enough and everybody in this feels complete,
Right.
and
And
you
so
say your children.
yeah, and I think that one of the prime examples, did you ever watch Sister Wives?
I didn't watch that mess.
Okay, well I did. Okay, I did. So I watched some Sister Wives and everything, and as far as feeling complete and loved and everything else, and at first glance, first appearances, and first, it's like a kumbaya. Oh, he's taking on another wife and everything, and we're all kumbaya and stuff. And it's always you have the original wife and this and that. But ultimately, when it came down to it, people felt neglected, you know, and they ended up divorcing, separating, whatever, however they did it. And then some of them they went off. Well, and they had tons of kids too. Collectively, there was a ton of kids, and some of them, the kids, I don't know if any of them are in like polygamous relationships or anything, but I know um, from what I saw, even some of the former wives, they have one mate now, you know,
Mhm.
who they're madly in love with, and that's all they want is that one singular person.
Yeah.
And I think about it like, who honestly, unless you, I mean, some people don't really want a committed relationship, so to speak. I feel like
Yeah.
with that, you're not really in a committed relationship
Right.
because it is multiple people. So who are you?
You're
Who are
just in
you
a
committed to?
club.
You're committed to yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. And some people might watch this and be like, oh, whatever, whatever. To each his own. Like, I'm not knocking you if that's what you want to do, but don't bring it to me thinking that I'm gonna be wanting that I want to participate in something like that, because I do not.
I offered an
You know?
open marriage before, but that was just because I was like, I ain't leaving. So if you want to hold the streets, let's just make it open.
Yeah.
And that sounded good to me because I hadn't already opened the door for myself. Like, oh, well, I guess since you out here, let me
Yeah.
go. As someone who has been in two serious relationships at one time,
Mm-hmm.
that's all selfish, man. And I mean, I was a selfish person, but I
Mm-hmm.
was also like, hey, you know what it is. I was that person, like, hey, you know what it is. This is my situation. You can choose to kick it or not.
Right.
But ultimately, you being deceitful. You cannot feed the spirit of multiple people romantically at 100%, and you can't justify not being able to be there for one emotionally because you got another. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not okay. And then for yourself too, I think it's a selfish move, but I genuinely feel like some people believe in their hearts that it makes sense, so go for it. But I just think it's a selfish thing to do, and I feel like it's just for people who have found an excuse to not be faithful, and then some people get into it because they're willing to accept anything for love or lifestyle. Because a lot of people do things because of lifestyle. I've been that person, like I will accept this to not lose my lifestyle. But
Right.
do you genuinely want somebody who is, doing X, Y, and Z with someone else? Do you really want to be at home when your person? Oh, I gotta take Danny out to dinner tonight. I will slap you in, Danny. What? You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm coming along. What about on a day? What if you and Danny got dinner night and I want to go? You know?
Yeah.
And Danny say no. Now me and Danny got beat. Because
Right.
it's gonna be some tension. But
Mm-hmm.
just like everything else, we don't put a title to it, but it's the same. When we date people and we allow them to we excuse their behavior to stay with them, excuse their, you know, being with other folks, stuff like that. It's the same thing. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of you not having it, you just accepting whatever it's for. You saying I accept this, and in your mind is for another reason. I don't believe anyone in their mind, not all of them in their mind, believe that it's for what they say it is. I believe at least a percentage of the people in these relationships, in their mind, they're doing it for us a whole different reason than what they're saying and what their
Right.
partner thinks. You got to be putting on a front, got to be putting on an act.
Yeah. And
No,
then I think you said what?
that's just crazy though.
Well, because then I think then you gotta look at also like when people come from the religious standpoint of doing it,
Yeah.
the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Um, the Bible and many wives and even in other religions and stuff, Mormon, Muslim, stuff like that. They get into
See,
the
I
marriage.
gotta believe in that. I gotta believe in your version of the Bible for me to
Yeah,
take that. And one thing I have really understood is the Bible is for your personal interpretation.
yeah,
Unfortunately, it's easy to get other people to follow you as opposed to them going and reading and interpreting because the Bible has been taught for so long, like you're a special person who understands it. People are under the impression that pastors got a gift to understand it better. When if you read that same Bible he read and interpret it at your level, you'll get it too. You just got
right,
a thesaurus and a dictionary along the way. And if you studied it, you would interpret. Those people just chose to study it and give you their interpretation and teach it to you. And so everyone chooses to teach it how they want to teach it because you won't go to a Baptist church and they're telling you from that same Bible that you should have multiple wives.
Right.
But some people, they call the Bible something different, or they have their own version of the Bible, or their own gods or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand religious practices that say you can have multiple spouses, but that's it's still a religious based thing. I don't feel like those spouses involved all 100% agree.
Right.
Most of the time, in my experience, what I've seen is more of like told, not asked. Like it's just a part of our, you
Yeah.
just decide, you are so into your culture that whether you like it or not, you're like, oh,
Right.
I gotta be the second wife, because you grew up that way, and that's just what life told you it was gonna be, and you've accepted that. And then you have those people who be like, no, I'm not doing that. They might get ousted from their community, but you know, everyone has their own, they decide that ain't right. That's not what I want to do. But usually it feels like, in my opinion, that it's more of a, not brainwashed, but once you got it ingrained in your mind that that's the way the world has to work because of the way you was brought up, then
Right.
that's what you do. It's the same.
And see, and that's the thing too. Like when you get into like interpretation of the Bible, that's like a whole nother, because it's been rewritten so many freaking times, and they've utilized that same book that your parents sitting there telling you you need to memorize all these verses, the same book that they utilize to say you're supposed to be a slave,
Yeah.
or you're this or you're that. And then I'll even go a step deep, like as far as it being rewritten. That's why, like, my favorite year, I used to always say 1942 for World War II, but it's 1946, because 1946 is when the word homosexual was entered into the Bible. A
Mm-hmm.
translation of a translation or whatever, and the original verse was just literally in Leviticus, was saying that basically man should not be laying with child,
Mm-hmm.
basically like these men sleeping with little kids.
Yeah.
And if you look at our culture now in society and who gets off with certain crimes or gets away and how they have certain laws written, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so instead of that, no, we're going to say homosexual. But it's so crazy how you take that, which you can find in the Bible like one time, maybe two times or whatever. And if you dig deep enough, and I'm not even getting into all this now, I'll probably look, if somebody say something, I'm going to have to go back and pull up my research or whatever. But you can even kind of put together homosexual relationships in the Bible.
Yeah.
And they weren't frowned upon or whatever. This was their love for each other or whatever. But anyway, so you take that one little thing, and then all of a sudden that's the worst sin there is. But when it comes to like adultery, stealing, treating people bad, and everything else, that's all over the Bible. That's part of the Ten Commandments. And my thing is like, I grew up, they're like the Ten Commandments, Ten Commandments, Ten Commandments. So if what I am is so bad and God made me this way is so bad, why is it not one of the Ten Commandments?
Right.
But you're not supposed to be sleeping with your neighbor's wife. You're not supposed to be lying, killing people, those are the Ten Commandments or
You're supposed
whatever.
to be screaming in your child face.
But that's what you guys are up there preaching about the most, is homosexuality. Y'all having whole marches and stuff. But
Yeah.
you're not having a march about the person standing up in your pulpit leading y'all, and all the stuff, the horrible stuff he's doing, whether it's with kids or other adults or
Yeah.
whatever, utilizing his position, you know what I'm saying, taking advantage of people and stuff. So, but I know that's why, like, I stopped going to church for real and like got away from religion.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I started reading, because I did have some ministers, pastors in my life who would stand up in the pulpit and say, you need to read it for yourself and come up with your own interpretation. And they say, even the same person reading it over again, next time you're gonna get something different from it that you may not have gotten the first time. That's
Yeah.
just, it's a lot of stuff in there. It's a lot of information. It's supposed to be the book of life. There's a lot of information in the book of life. You know what I'm saying?
That is.
But why I got away from like the whole religion thing, because you had those who stood up there like, this
Yeah.
and everything, and just judging every single body. I've even had people sit and tell me about why they were allowed to judge people, because they were
Right.
doing God's work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's just crazy. I don't even know how I even got all the way on this conversation. But anyway, ADHD at its finest. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Oh, so we were talking about open relationships. So I know, I see, look, I can circle back. I'm getting better at
yeah.
this. Because we're talking about open relationships, multiple wives, and how the Bible
Yeah.
justifies that for people, you know? Um, I don't know, man. It's so, but you're right. People will jump on a bandwagon fast.
They will, but you can pick and choose. I feel like you can pick and choose what you want, right? So
Yeah,
it's many different. We've learned there's different ways to do math, right?
right.
But and you still get the same answer or you get the right answer. Is different ways that everybody interprets stuff. Everyone doesn't have the same education level. Everyone doesn't have the same start in life. Everyone doesn't have the same access to things. So I cannot, in my heart of hearts, believe that it's people who the things that people try to like. I grew up Southern Baptist, so
Mhm.
it was a lot of no sex before marriage, no
That's the long skirt,
homosexuality, huh?
long skirts. Like, is that Southern Baptist?
For some
Y'all had
people,
to wear them?
but my family didn't do that. But some people, you know what I'm saying? My
Yeah,
family couldn't have done that with all the liquor that was drunk after church and all the molestation that was happening. There was no way you was gonna put me in a skirt and force me that on me. But you
right.
know, and I think that usually be a lot of the Jehovah Witnesses and stuff too,
Uh,
and like other versions of religion. But it was a lot of that pointing down at you type religion, like do as I say, not as I do.
right.
I grew up watching women lust after the pastor. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? The
yeah,
same women who are, on you. And I when you're younger, you don't necessarily interpret it that way. But as you get
right.
older and remember, because I remember growing up, I remember the pastor of our church died. He was an old man, and his son or grandson became the pastor. Very good looking man. And I was
Mm,
old enough to know he was a good looking man. His wife looked like um Stacey Dash,
okay.
right? You remember Stacey Dash, right?
Yeah,
And young man coming in, he's got more spunk, church ain't
right.
7 hours, blah blah blah. Sure enough, later on, he got, he committed adultery or whatever. But these women, when he first came into the church, you could see the shift in the women, and these are
Congregation.
older women, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This wasn't no church full of like young ladies. This was a church of older women,
yeah,
but these are the same people who are looking at us and with the finger pointed for you, don't steal, don't lie, blah blah blah. But when the everybody got out of church after we ate our fried chicken and green beans, it was completely different. Like people
yeah.
were, it was you meet up at somebody's house, people come to your house, and everybody drinking liquor and uh going out to play cards and filling up young girls. And then on Sunday, you know what I'm saying, everybody's dressed to the nines, having testimonies for days, So I grew up seeing the difference in religion, but I did not know as a young person. So I lived in that religious fear of don't do this and don't do that. And I went and did every damn thing they said not to do. But for a while, it was like God just saying He ain't gonna have me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already messed it up. Because that's how they
Yeah.
they use it as a what I call it. It's like that when they use it as a weapon
Mm,
against you. And if you are aware enough, at least later you see how they just weaponized it. So people don't want to go to church now. Like people my age now, who don't really go to church, they weaponized religion when we was younger. So we got older and we learned even just a little bit for ourselves. It became hard to trust,
right.
going to church. And then for me, even further, I started just reading the Bible myself. Like, let me read. And I literally was the person who, like, let me get a dictionary. Let me see what this
Yeah.
means. And I had a pastor in Hawaii. He was a black guy. And he was from Americus, Georgia. He passed away. But he was a teacher.
Mm,
So you left his services with a lesson, like not like a point your finger lesson, but like this is what this word means. This so you had enough information to study and interpret it yourself and to learn.
right.
So I got those little breadcrumbs along the way, and it helped me one relearn the stuff that everybody else tried to like use as a weapon, but also I don't know so much about the Bible, but I know that because I don't go in somebody's church, God hasn't decided that, He done with me and that I can
Right.
read the Bible myself. I can learn. I can just talk to God myself. because that would mean the people who can't read or the people who can't get to church have automatically been condemned to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Homosexuality was like the ultimate curse when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
it wasn't really it was like it was like flaming men. They was the worst. You know, they kind of was okay with women. You know, you had a few people
yeah,
who ousted, who didn't talk to their kids how they found they was lesbians and stuff, but it was no issues. I mean, no issues with adults messing with children. None.
none at all.
None. None at all.
Yep.
So it's just like people have interpreted it and they use it the way they want to use it, and they hold on to the strong parts. You know how when you sing the song, like when you was in the Navy, right? If y'all had a song, right?
Yeah.
And you know how they make you learn these songs and these creeds, but you the loudest on the parts that you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
when you in a group, we can all sing The Army Comes Rolling Along because nobody knows that I don't know the second paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Because we all singing along. And I feel
Right.
that is the same way people do with the Bible. It's easy to be in church and have a group of people who have collectively decided what's right and what's wrong, and they agree on that. And so you
Yeah.
got like backup team to say you're wrong. But what about when you a lone ranger and you read it and you understand it? You gotta you gotta reflect really on yourself. And I think most people, just like with the polyamorous thing, when you're afraid to face yourself, then you just project outward. You seek you want to deal with more people to validate your behavior.
Yeah.
And I feel
Because
like
then,
that's how it is.
yeah, because somebody told me they were like, that they just feel like it just takes more than one person. They'll never be happy with just one person, you know, and
You're one
that,
person.
huh?
You're one person.
Yeah. And so, and then, or even so, situations like a long, long, many years ago, one of my exes, and um, one of the main reasons why I knew we weren't gonna make it is because she wanted both. She wanted a boyfriend and a girlfriend, you know, and yeah, and so she
I
wanted
know
both,
what she wanted.
huh?
She wanted the joy of a woman and the dick of a man. That's what she wanted. Women
But
are perfect, but okay.
and so, and even like to this day, sometimes we have conversation to this day or whatever. And he talked about that and stuff, and like um but she still is at that point in her life where she wants both. She's married now. She's married to a man and stuff. And no, this is not one of my ex spouses or whatever. She's
Mhm.
married to a man, and their battle now is because she still wants both. So she messes around sometimes with females and everything else. And it's like, well, I told him he could have somebody if he wants somebody and everything else. And I was like, yeah, but everybody don't really honestly want that, even if y'all just play around every so often, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like everybody ain't, and I could, and for me, if I had accepted that with her or anybody else, I'd have been fooling myself, or I would have had that internal turmoil constantly 24/7, because deep down, like, look, I'm a lover, but a lover of one. Like, I want to spoil one person. I want to get to know one person inside and
yeah,
out. You know what I'm saying? And I want the same for me. I want you to know me, like all of me. And I think with that, it makes a more solid relationship. It makes it, and you're gonna go through trials and tribulations. I'm not saying everything is perfect. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But like, I find enjoyment out of learning how to please somebody else too, because you're getting to know them.
yeah,
It ain't about you, and it's about also, this is about the selflessness in being with somebody and taking the time and the patience. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people, they just ain't cut out for relationships. Period. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
selfish and everything else. But for me, like, I just can't imagine trying to entertain more than one person. And that's why, like, even with dating, like, when I say I'm dating and stuff, honestly, I only date one person at a time. I
yeah,
really do. I don't have the energy, or nor do I want to, because I feel like then I'm not even. I'm not even giving myself a chance to even get to know you and know if this is something that's viable or
Yeah.
not. If I'm just everywhere, so I don't know, man. And I think you know, you might have touched on something too. It's about the person themselves and maybe some hurt and some voids that they're feeling in their lives. You know, maybe some of it is projection or whatever. Like
Yeah.
maybe I don't feel like I'm good enough, just me on my own, to satisfy a person. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if I'm out here,
or you done got in your mind that you are so big and that you can't you too much for one person and that
that it could be
you
that too.
deserve. You know, sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking that we better than what
Yeah,
we are. You know, so
yeah, that's true too.
women are queens, right? So you got to think about this. Think about your best friend, right?
Mm,
Everyone has that best friend where it's like, child, if I was into women and you was into me, we'd be together because the energy women get from other women is different, like genuine energy. I ain't talking about these bitches who out here backstabbing, whatever. But
yeah.
like you get this energy from a woman. It's nurturing, it's really strong, and you can see the beauty in a woman, even a woman that you're not attracted to. You know what I'm saying? You can
Mm,
look and you can see the beauty in a woman. And so the only thing missing in that part is a romantic involvement if you're into women or if you're not. And some women who are not into women at all can still feel and see, can almost give themselves a lust towards a woman just
mm,
because women's energy is so strong. This is the creator of humans. And I'm
right.
not trying to sound like, but this person creates the humans. You have connections with your child that you don't even want to have. Like I hate that every time my son texts me, I
Mm,
hear it in my sleep. I'll be like, I know he ain't talking about nothing, but
right.
ring it off. Here I go, waking up. My kid walks around, wake up. Like, let me have my peace. But the energy, you have a connection to humans in general as a woman. So when it comes to women, sometimes a woman can feel that connection so strongly that she wants that, but she's attracted to men, so she needs the physical part of a man and the brawn of a man, you
Yeah.
know.
And
And
that's what somebody actually told me. One of my friends actually, she told me, she was like, I love everything there is to love about a woman and everything. She's like, but sometimes I miss that man. She's like the strongness. She said, yes, you have strong women, but she's like the roughness, the strongness,
yeah,
you know, that only a man is
what
gonna
you get from a
for real.
man.
Yeah.
But I think the unfair thing is that instead of us really, learning and understanding, we've created a world where, and I know that, women, people may do this on their own by their own choice, but I genuinely feel like it simply just comes from influence. Women who get into relationships with other women, but then the woman treats her like she's society's man. That's
Mm,
unfair. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Because you want to be with a woman, but now you want this woman to carry your goddamn refrigerator.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's unfair because you want a man. To me, you want a man if you want to take this woman out of her softness, her womanness, to behave like a man, but you have the perks of having a woman. And I'm saying
Mm,
people can look and do what they want to do, dress, feel how you want to do, but to be in this position where now you treating this woman like she's a man, or this woman who feels like she needs to behave like society's man, not the woman
right.
who identifies as a man, but I'm talking about the woman who is into women, loves women, but she's walking around here with her penis in her pants all day long, like she was born
Yeah.
with it, and behaving and trying to do the things that men do. No, I love it when I see people like I don't know if you know who she is, but Woo Brazy, and
Mm-mm.
then I'll send you her link. And then Ashley Henderson. She been wilding here lately. But there are two women who are kind of masculine presenting.
Mm,
Ashley hangs around dudes, you know what I'm saying? But she's not out here denying that she's a woman or lifting up, trying to do the shit men do. She expect the man grab this. I ain't know I'm not a man. Grab this TV, you know what I'm saying? Or help me grab the TV, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's fair because to me now, you're not taking her out of her womanhood. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? If you're a woman and you love a woman, let the woman act like a
It's,
woman. Let her,
it's
you know,
And so even so with me and stuff like, yeah, so when I say like I'll handle it, like the refrigerator, yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna find somebody to go do it for me or like
yeah,
help me do it or whatever. But I don't. That's one thing. And for me, when I'm most comfortable is like you still do a lot. Like people used to trip. Number one, my hair used to be super long. Even
yeah,
before I had locks, before I locked my hair, I always
hmm
kept my hair long. And
yeah.
I had females tripping on me like that's too feminine. It's hair. Like it's literally hair. And you're comparing that, they're like, oh, you too girly because, you go get your hair done all the time. And I was keeping it in braids and stuff and cornrows or
It's
whatever. So it
unheard
wasn't
of.
even, I wasn't wearing wigs and,
Yeah,
all that other
yeah,
stuff or whatever. But that was still too girly for some females. And then I get manicures and pedicures. To me, it's taking care of yourself. But you see how long my nails are, right? But
yeah.
I still get manicures and pedicures because you gotta keep stuff clean
But
and
see,
neat.
that's also how you choose to be. You choose not to have long nails. But if,
Right,
let's say, me and you, because this perfect example. Let's say me and you. If I decided I want to date you and you want to date me and I'm with you, if I like you and I'm into you, then you having long nails shouldn't be the problem, because
right.
that's what you would want to do. If you want to paint your nails, do whatever, that shouldn't be the problem because I like you as a person. But if I want you to look a certain way, I'm trying to make you someone you're not to fit my fantasy of
Yeah,
life. And that's so unfair. And I feel like a lot of women, especially in the lesbian community, are being forced to present and be a certain way to have the women that they want because of the societal norm of you got to have a, when there's a lesbian relationship, you got to have one that's the woman and one that's the boy. That's so wrong to be like,
yeah. It
which
don't
one
have to be
y'all
like
is the
that.
boy?
Like,
We're not the boy. We women. How you say women love women, but then be like, oh, I'm the boy of the relationship?
but see, so I feel like when it comes to the roles in a relationship, that's whatever works for your relationship. Because even with like heterosexual relationships, you'll
Yeah,
have some where like the female might be the mechanically inclined one. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
male might be at home cooking the meals. You know what I'm saying? And still working and everything. So when it comes to that role stuff, it's really honestly whatever works for you.
yeah,
Like so for me, I will like make sure your car is good, stuff like that. I'm taking out the trash,
you just
whatever. You
dominant.
know, yeah, I'm more dominant when it comes to certain things. But
Yeah,
then also like to be fair, like I expect certain things from my
yeah,
woman as well. You know what I'm saying?
right,
That might be considered more feminine, or it's funny. Like some stuff I am kind of traditional
yeah,
on that makes sense, even though I am a female, but I am more dominant. Like I'm always gonna open your door, you know, everything else. You don't open my door for me. You don't have to open my door for me unless I got stuff in my hands or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But that's how I am with it. And there's certain things, I'm not gonna make you get your hands dirty or whatever. And again, but that's also this is how I keep my hands, my nails. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
right.
want to get your nails done all the time and all the other stuff, no the fuck. Especially, you know what I'm saying? That costs money. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
start breaking nails because you got to do the dirty work or whatever. But so really like whatever works for your relationship
yeah,
too and everything. So I think even when you have two masculine presenting women that are together, or even two feminine women that are
yeah,
together, somebody somewhere is gonna do some more heavy lifting
right.
or whatever. Somebody, and again, that's also like your skill set too and everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so, and you got some heterosexual relationships where the father is the one that takes care of the children because he's just good. He's good at it.
Yep.
It's not taken away from the mother and stuff and her femininity or whatever. But I think what it is with two women is like you gotta let me still be soft as far as
Yeah.
expressing my emotions and everything, which everybody should be able to do anyway. But I'm saying like ultimately
But
I
with
might
some
act
things
like
you can't control, you're going to naturally be more emotional and expressive about it in certain times of your life anyway, because
right,
you're a woman, you know.
right,
No matter what you do, you're not gonna be able to skip over that period. You know what I'm
no,
saying? You're not gonna
No,
be able to you're not gonna be able to be like, oh nah, I can't do perimenopause. I'm the man. Nah.
no, it's gonna
You know?
happen. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen. So you sit here like, help me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like links over and everything else. And so, because at the end of the day, and that's the thing. Like when people got into the labels and all the other stuff, and then some masculine presenting females, they're like, "What's up, bro? Boy, dude, man."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, I'm a girl." Like I've never said I was a man, never said I wanted to be a man, don't want to be a man or whatever.
Yeah.
I always have been tomboy, masculine presenting as far as like whatever. I've tried to be feminine. You see me in my air
You
trying
did well though. You
to be
did well.
feminine,
You look good in the dress. You
but I
look
wasn't
good.
comfortable though.
Yeah.
Ultimately it just was not me.
Right. There's
It
a lot
just
of women in men relationships who not fit for that. Who
yeah.
don't like to dress like in women's clothes and all that.
Well, when I got married to Zay's dad, my son's dad, like the whole time I was pregnant, I didn't buy maternity clothes. I just wore his stuff. So I
Yeah.
just wore oversized, bigger stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just wore his
Yeah.
clothes or whatever, and that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
might have an inkling back even then that she might be, but I don't know. But when he met me on a basketball court and stuff,
Yeah.
and so it wasn't like he met some prissy little girl,
Yeah.
walking around, ding, 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 ding. No. So I tried, for the sake of society and everything else, and even my parents and stuff, and like, dang, and even like questioning my own spirituality and stuff. Like, dang, God, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So I tried. It ain't me.
It's all about being honest with yourself, being aware of yourself, and also, like we talked about last week, having boundaries because you have to create a boundary for yourself to not let a person or allow people to put you in a position where you have to perform, to
Right.
do what you want. And the reality is, if a woman is attracted to you, then you shouldn't have to perform. If you have to perform, she's not genuinely attracted to you. She's attracted to the idea of you, maybe the look of you,
Right.
but it's not really that. And it goes with men too. I'm a gender role person. So
Yeah.
me and heterosexual relationships work because I'm into gender roles because of how I came up. I do expect, the man to take out the trash, but this is the thing. I also will take out. It's not like I want to be like, oh, girls don't do it here. If that trash got to go out, you taking that shit. I'm taking the shit out. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I do believe like, hey man, it's trash is your job. If my car breaks down, hey man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where I am, but I'm not hands off in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I say it all the time for that reason, because I think women are attractive. I think women are amazing. But I know that the roughness in me and that rugged part that I know that I need, I wouldn't expect that from a woman. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wouldn't put that on a woman. And I know also I need the physical features of a man. So I don't
Right.
even fool myself and go out here and be like, and I know some people do. They have both. I feel like as a woman, don't play with no woman's emotions. And that's the only
Yeah.
thing I will be doing. You know what I'm saying? Is playing with a woman's emotions, because I don't care how we try to say it, whatever everybody try to be like, oh, I can hit it and quit it. Okay, you can hit it and quit it, but while y'all smashed, you hit it and quit it, but you saw him and was mad because he didn't speak. If you know what I'm saying? If
Right.
it's that serious, it is something attached. That pussy got a heart attached to it, whether you want to say it or not. It's got some little feelings there. And one thing is we usually have something to distract us, which makes us think that we don't care. But in reality, if you hit that and had nothing else to fall back on, you would be looking at that like, why'd you treat me that way? Why you not looking at me? Why you not
Yeah.
my friend? Why we can't? And I don't want to. I wouldn't want to play with women emotionally because I'm a woman. I have the emotions. I know what it is, and I genuinely feel like even though men do the most killing, I feel like women have the most ability. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they have not ability, they have the emotional capacity to not even be able to turn around from doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Snap.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we have these high levels of emotions or whatever, but it's all about how having boundaries and us being more self-aware and also considerate of other people. If you go into every situation only thinking about what you want out of it and only what you enjoy, then someone's going to get shafted in the situation, and it's going to be a relationship built on this thing you dreamt up in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that whole type thing. Everybody got a type, and then you go see who they married. You be like, they ain't your damn type. Or everybody got a type that they've been dating, but then when they really lock down and they're happy, it
Yeah.
almost never is the type that they've been holding on to. And I've been the same way.
Yeah.
But see, I've always had a reasoning for like how I lived my life. If I was living a chaotic life, and I was living a life where I needed the type of men around that didn't mind going to jail because I was always into that type of stuff.
Right.
So naturally, I was attracted to that. I was attracted to the bad boy. I was attracted to, you know, the person who is ready to pop off at any moment because that was the life I was raised around, and also I needed a certain type of security. But genuinely, I was just attracted to, you know, good-hearted people. Nobody
Yeah.
wants all that shit. You know what? That's the life I was living, and we just back the red. And then like we was talking about, everything else comes from that fact that if you believe in God, you walking around with that little thing in the back of your head saying what the Bible say you're supposed to do,
Right.
because it's been weaponized. You can't get you ain't supposed to you can't get divorced. Like we use the parts that we want to use when we want to use, you know.
Yeah.
So the person, even the religious leaders who come up and say you can have all these multiple people, it's usually multiple wives. It's
You're
very
right.
rare that someone says we do multiple husbands.
Right.
And in situations where there's multiple people, they're never on even territory. It's always a leader of the relationship.
Yeah.
So we're not a team, we're not a union. You are the leader of our relationship. And people take leader so literal to the point where even in heterosexual relationships and even um, homosexual relationships, when people say someone's leading their family, they act like that person's the boss. When really you just have decided,
Yeah.
I want to have a more dominant person I want to have a dominant person, and we want a dominant person in our relationship, but that doesn't mean my opinions, my feelings, and things don't matter, you
And that's
know?
what people they forget
Yeah,
about that part because like even like so saying someone is like at the head of your household or that's the person who you look
yeah,
to for guidance and leadership doesn't mean so if you've given me that responsibility because it's a huge responsibility, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I do to you for that, but I'm also gonna come to you see what are your thoughts, what are your
yeah,
feelings and everything else, and make sure that I'm still making decisions or whatever else
right.
with you. You know what I'm saying?
Good
Um,
for all of us.
but for the yeah, what's for best for us, not me, not
Yeah,
because I feel like it. Like no, you're gonna cook. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid stuff or whatever.
yeah.
But or even making like huge decisions. Like it's cool. Somebody say look to you for whatever, making moves and everything else. But I'm still gonna look to you and see what it is that you want as well. And that's what I think is important about when you have that responsibility. You gotta make sure they take care of.
If you
You
was in
know?
a polyamorous relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
What wouldn't you want to know what they talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm at home and it's your night with whoever, y'all, I'm thinking y'all talking about me.
That or even if you not, I want like the performance. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and
saying?
then
Like the
so
sexual performance.
are you
Like
gonna come home and then kiss me with those lips? Well, I don't know if she done with her cool
or if
cat.
you do something new with me, like, oh, is that what they taught you? You know what I'm saying? That's my head. That's my head, and that's
Yeah. And
I'm a
are
human.
you over there with them hooping and hollering and over here with me all chill and dormant? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Am I boring you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a whole lot.
Now we got to be the same weight, the same shape, same titties, same, but we got to have everything the same. Because if she got big titties and then you come to me, I'm always wondering what you seeing me. You like her with them double D's. What you seeing me with my makeup? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you talk about personality differences. You have this person who's outgoing, have everybody laughing all the time, and then you got somebody over here who's shy. I'm feeling some type of way.
There's gonna be jealousies. There's gonna be it's prone to happen. I honestly again it's human nature, you
People
know.
do it with folks they're not in a relationship with. I've seen friends that are jealous of other friends. I've been around someone who has
Yeah.
been who's looked at my personality as something that was to be inferior to, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like if friends can do it, the one who I'm sleeping with is definitely bound to happen, you know.
Right.
And then we got
For
two
real.
of us, three of us, four of us. I'm having a we on daggone we living our life on a group chat because every day you gonna have to give me. We gonna have to update what y'all did last night. Why'd y'all go to Ruth Chris? My person would be exhausted because now you done ate 4 steaks this week.
Yeah.
You
We
done bought
all going.
you going to the zoo. Oh, you want how you can't even hold all four of our hands at the zoo. And
You
I'm getting
cannot.
my spot because now we all fighting at the zoo because you didn't hold my hand. You held
Yeah.
her hand for 10 minutes. Or why did you choose to reach out and grab her hand and not mine? You know what I'm saying? You see where this
Yeah.
goes?
But
This is
even like so, even
stupid.
like if you have an open relationship and so y'all out doing y'all own thing, because some I've been told sometimes, well, as long as they come home and still take care of home, but how? How? You don't have all that energy to honestly take care of home and everything. But then I'll be wondering, or what if you in the dry spell? And you can't get
Right.
nobody right now out there, but your partner, they just you know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
And
I've seen that too.
and then what about like, so do you have to have certain rules? Like you can't have a whole relationship with this person. So now are you really out there just hoeing?
Yeah.
Your open relationship, or like is it something if you do have one person outside of your marriage that you go to, and like what are the
All
rules?
of it to me is basically you are agreeing with your spouse to be able to sleep with other folks because none of those relationships are we strictly sleep together and you only taking them to dinner, you only taking them to church. You just agreeing that you can sleep with other people because if not, y'all all that's the same as you having friend groups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you just ain't creating these names to be allowed to sleep around. I was that person. I was like, boom, let's do an open relationship. You know why? Because I was in a sexless marriage, and it was like, I'm getting my head knocked between the wash and dry over here. So I might as well put an
yeah,
official situation to it. So I'm less guilty, you less guilty, and we can do what we do. Because for the most part, it usually starts with this is a good sexual relationship, and then you hang out more and decide, okay, maybe I want you around a little more often, you
mm,
know. But you telling me you found 4 people with the exact same thought process? You a damn lie.
right.
Put them in the room with me, one by one by themselves. Let me ask the questions. Shit, don't piss me off.
Well, look back to I know when I started this conversation, you was like, yo, 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 friend, what's
I know. I
happening?
was like, don't
But
please don't tell me you about to
nah,
do polyamorous because I might have to get me a plane ticket and come see what the hell's going on.
nah, not me. And in any relationship that I enter into, whatever. Well, I'll say the relationship that I'm in, so to speak, right? It ain't
Your exclusive dating.
my exclusive dating relationship. Yes, it ain't. You ain't got it ain't, which is cool. Like I just like, but they did confirm that I'm the only person they dating too. So
I think that if I was dating, like if I was dating, if I wanted to like date around, I think that
mhm.
I could, but it would strictly be all for fun. I can 100% say if I was dating multiple people, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be looking at none of them as a future. I would it's too much. That's too many
yeah,
thought processes.
yeah,
Too
for
many
sure.
thought processes. Who gonna text you good morning?
Or do you have to sit there and text everybody good morning,
Who
good
you gonna reply
afternoon,
back
good
to?
evening?
You know what I'm saying?
Did you eat today?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
What if you tell me you had pizza and I forget later and talk to the other one like,
I'm going to forget who had what conversation, then I'm gonna be mixing up conversations, and you could legit be like, "That wasn't me," and I could be like, "You were right, it wasn't
like,
you." So
yeah, remember that
how would
concert
you
we went
feel,
to?
huh?
Like, remember that concert we went to? Ooh, that
Yeah,
wasn't
but
me.
how would you feel though? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We're human. People are gonna catch feelings. So even if you
Yes.
agree to like, yeah, we're dating multiple people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're not in that committed relationship, you're just dating. But when you feel a way like, dang, this motherfucker can't even remember that this is me, and that's they're doing too much. So then for me, I'm gonna lose interest or whatever
Yeah.
because I'm like, you don't know shit about me.
And you
Or
always
it's not important enough for you to remember that these moments were with me. You're having so many moments, who am I?
yeah.
But a
What
moment in
you doing with
time.
your schedule? What does your life look like that you can handle multiple people? I don't want nobody who got that much time on
Yeah,
their hands. That means you're not chasing no goals, no dreams, no money, no nothing. If you got time to entertain all of, if anybody like me, because I'm not if we're in the same place,
yeah,
I'm a time consumer. So I'm not one of those people where you can be like, oh, we go out a date every 2 weeks. We
yeah.
broke up already. We not broke up. We done stopped talking. Like I done already forgot about you when 3 days go by and you ain't bothered to swing by for a movie, drop off lunch. I can't come drop off lunch with you because you
Yeah.
out on the date. Like that is over with. I know society now got all these rules. Don't call them after 72 hours. You know what I'm used to? I'm used to the man that call you by the time you leave the club to confirm that y'all
So
gonna be out able to eat some lunch tomorrow. You know what I'm
so
saying?
look, I've tried that mentally. I've tried that because then like it's like I don't want to be like overbearing and all this other. You know what I'm saying? So much stuff that you put on yourself or whatever.
Yeah,
Instead of sometimes just being your true authentic self. Like I said, sometimes you can overthink your way out of something
yeah,
that's really good for you and everything else. And so I found that it is crazy when you're in a healthy relationship and everything and you haven't had that for
yeah.
real. It feels weird, but in a good way, and it does
Yeah.
make you question stuff. So I've been like, well, I'm not gonna text yet until they text me, or you know what I'm saying. Then I'd be sitting there like, oh fuck, how are you doing? Then I'm like, fuck, why?
I don't text you because I
But
don't want to wake you up or some shit. I'm not gonna be
yeah,
that person. Like, if you decide that you don't like that I text you at 5 a.m., you're not my person.
yeah. And
And
that's what I had to like.
I'm not talking about outside of being considerate, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right, right,
everybody,
right, right. But
but I'm
that's what
talking,
I just had to like,
yeah,
it's stuff you had to work through sometime, and it's just like,
yeah,
why are we doing all this stuff? Because other people have put so many stipulations
right.
and everything
Oh,
and
you
rules.
didn't, you didn't text me or wait 3 days. You in 3 days, you spam likely. You are
Yeah.
spam likely if 3 days.
Let me not hear
I
from
give you
you
my
in
number
three
today
days.
and
You
I
say
don't
you
hear
like,
from you by tomorrow. You no
yeah,
longer exist to me. And if you do hit me up, I hope that you said that you had a busy, you was at work, something happened.
don't,
Like don't ask for my number today, and I don't hear from you in like 48 hours. Like stop
and,
playing. Get
and
out
we
my face.
cannot, but we can't be in a relationship and I don't hear
Oh,
from you at least
oh,
once a day. We can't.
what?
We can't. If I don't hear, if a day goes by and I have heard nothing from you and we're in a relationship,
I don't give a shit
look,
if
you
you.
cheating. I don't
I
give a
don't care
fuck.
if
Nah.
you're in Turkey. I don't care if you're in Africa. I don't care if you are in Mars.
Yep.
Contact your spaceship commander. Send me the message to let
Yep.
them know I'm having a good time, babe, up here. If you can, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hit him back because this needs to be two-way communication.
Right.
Can I get a selfie? Can I get something? That
Something.
whole
Proof
I'm
of
on
life.
vacation.
Proof
I'm
of
on
life.
vacation. Stay on vacation. Don't when you come back from vacation, it'll be like I never existed in your life. You don't know how
Yep.
quickly I would disappear.
Yep.
And I'm
And
talking even right now, like exclusively dating, like right now.
mm,
You don't have to talk to me all day. You don't. That's not necessary. But if all day happens and you don't
mm,
talk to me, and the call isn't your best friend telling you that I was at the hospital or I was in jail or whatever,
right.
when they do call after that 24 hours, they're gonna get they're gonna get my voicemail, something that's saying that this caller no longer receives these. I am the
Nah,
queen
cause
of
like,
blocking your ass.
and look, she be busy sometimes, right? So I'll be like I might text and then I go about doing something or whatever. I'm like, oh shoot, I know she busy. I'm like, look, I just want to make sure you all right. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm good.
Yeah,
Whatever, and stuff or whatever. And I know she out there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I know what she doing and stuff. But for me, it's just because I care. I at least want to just make sure you're okay. I feel like because that one time that you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, and then something really has happened, and I'm sitting here like, fuck, I didn't even check to make sure you were good.
And I am aware of those things. Like if I notice that someone's always reaching out to me and I'm not reaching out to them because I tend to be that way,
Mm-hmm.
just not on purpose. It's just that my brain ain't focused. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I will make a conscious effort to at least be like, oh, let me do this. Or I will tell them like, hey, if I go to bed at 10:30, if you don't hear from me by 10:30 and you know that I go to bed at 10:30, you should be upset with me. And that's rightfully so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if and that's like the bare minimum to me, like a hit up. And I ain't talking, we ain't got to like sit and talk all day because I don't always have some shit to talk about. But
Right.
a very generic, hope you have a good day. I got a busy schedule today. Not even I got a busy schedule. I might not be in the mood to even talk to people today. But
Right.
you at least can say,
Say
I hope
that.
you have a great day.
Yep.
I'm gonna be relaxing in the background today, but I hope you enjoy your day. Just acknowledge me.
Yep.
But talking about just going ghost, oh, I was having a
No.
me day. Well, you can have a me life now. You can have a me
Right.
week. You can
Right.
you can me it all up because I'm out of here. We won't even have that conversation because when I say you would have to come to my front door to reach me after the way I block people. I block people on every avenue. Social media, email, carrier. I block all the way. You will only be able to come to my front door. Don't send me no mail because it ain't coming here. Everywhere I live, like even at this apartment, I don't get other people's mail. Every time I move into a place,
Yeah.
even though I did not switch my mailing address over, but some
Mm.
mail does come here. When I moved in, I made it known who the only person that lives here, the only names of mail that can come here. So you won't fool with me. Like I block you all the way because if you willing to hit this front door, that means you really wanted to reach me. And you will learn that 24 hours is a lot. It means something to me. Shit.
Well,
They be
shoot.
telling stories. Damn, she blocked me on everything. You right.
But like, look, it was 24 hours and 1 second.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh
Don't mess
man.
around and let me go to sleep and wake up. It ain't even 24 hours. You let me go to sleep and wake up, and I feel like 24 hours has passed. So now I will do the necessary precautions. I will hit you up, make check on you if I
Yeah.
think it's like something, if it's out of your character though. Not if you
Right.
just got my number and then you be like, I'm gonna hit you up in 2 days. Nah, I blocked you on the sheer fact that you got my number and wasted my time. But if it's out your character, I check see if you in jail or hell. Once you, or if you ain't in jail or the hospital or going to hell, then I done wrote you off. And if we pass in the street, you would think I'm the worst person in the world because I will act like I have never ever seen you a day in my life, or I will speak to you like a business partner. Hey John, I hope everything's going well with you.
Right. But like,
If
dang.
I ain't locked arms with somebody else, stop playing with me. I grew up on the whole get over one by getting under one.
We
Oh,
stupid. But
it might
look,
not be
you
fake,
need
but
to
it's
you need to
real.
go find out about your pedicure reschedule if you can. See
She
if she
already
found a
said
dog. But
she already said I can't do it. She talking about tell me, thank you so much for understanding. Tell me the time and the day that would best for you. It ain't today. Today.
right.
Today would be the time and day that's best for me. And tomorrow morning will be the time and day that's best for me. But it's all good. Only thing is they automatically charge you. So I need to make sure she
Oh,
cancels
for
the
real?
appointment so it don't auto charge me.
Ask her if she
Yeah.
has somebody cancel or something. Can you fit it in tomorrow morning?
She don't have no morning of openings.
Oh,
Like
she
no
doesn't have any.
morning, like her schedule doesn't start until like
Oh, okay.
I think it's like 3:30 or 4. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And that would be fine with me on a regular day. But if he leaves on time tomorrow, he'll get here at 4 and
Yeah.
around like 4 something. And I wouldn't be done based on her appointments time. And she's pretty punctual until
Mm,
like 5 something. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And
I
last
got
time I went, I mean, she's really punctual. She does her time goes like she says. But yeah, I just need to make sure it doesn't auto charge me because we'll be if it auto charge me, I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there at 5 dog or not. I'll bring you a dog to hold on to while I'm
a mess. But anyway,
but
this
yeah.
conversation been good. It's been good, man. It's
Um
interesting.
doesn't auto charge me. Girl, I'm so glad you did not scare me with that whole
Nah, that ain't. It's not gonna be me.
yeah.
Don't worry about that. I'm
I'm
too much of
like
a
I'm
nah.
like, please do not tell me that you done got talked into.
Oh no, especially not by her. You look. I promise you, you ain't got. She said
Oh,
she
I
ain't.
already know what she said. Let me see this hat you got going on. What's
Oh,
up?
this hat, the goat, man. Goat.
I think I saw a TikTok video you did. I was gonna comment on it, but it was so close to us
Was it
supposed
this
to be
hat?
on.
Was it another one? I bought a bunch at
Hello,
one time.
hello,
Huh?
some hello. That was the video. It was like hello.
Oh,
I think it
oh,
was
oh,
that.
oh. Oh, I did it earlier. Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, yeah, but I saw it right before I got on, and I was like, don't comment because she'll be like, "Why the hell you ain't on the podcast?" And I was like, "Oh, I do need. I am in the studio. Let me go to the podcast."
Whatever. I'm trying to get better with my social media
Oh,
and
I
stuff
like
like
it. You doing good, man. But
that.
all
You
right,
know.
I guess I won't be getting no pedicure today. But
All right. Well,
you
he
know,
just can't play with your toes. I don't know. I don't know,
they
man.
good. They
Huh?
good. Shit.
I don't know, man. I don't
They
know.
good now. They just still got the white polish I done had on for a month on them, and I ain't
Yeah.
got my OnlyFans toe touched up, so it's
Look,
all.
man. When I had my first runner blister. Did I send you a picture of it?
Let me tell you, you might have, and if you did, good. But if you didn't, don't.
Oh, I am now
Right.
because of the way your face look. I'm sending you a picture of my first runner blister. I'm gonna send you the before and after because I actually finally I had to cut the skin
But
and just
before we go, Pete, I am proud of you. I am so proud of you. You are freaking tearing it up. You are killing it out there running. You are doing so amazing. And the world would not believe that you went from surgery, injuries to
man,
running the way that you are. And
man.
then you ain't even taking no prisoners. You like boom, 5K, boom, 10K, boom, half. Oh, let's do a marathon, even though I don't, that's falling on
I don't
deaf
know about the
ears.
marathon thing, but I do have. So this Sunday is my first official race, which is 5K. Next
Mhm.
month, December, I have a 10K. Then
And then
January, I have
January
my
I have
first half, and
yeah.
then February, I don't have a race yet, but I'm gonna get one. And March, I have another half. So
Okay. Okay. And now if you depending on where you do, just like plane tickets, you need to buy the insurance for some of the races.
okay,
So either don't go too far out with booking them, bookmark them to do them later, or if you know they'll sell out, look at the history of them. But if not, then do the insurance for the races. And if you do them through active, I think the insurance is like $10 or something. But
okay.
do the insurance just because if you don't book races be about $100. I don't know what the
Yeah,
cost.
that's how the 5Ks less than 100, but then I buy the extra like my first 5K. I want the first 5K pin, 10K,
Mhm,
and then like sometimes I might upgrade my T-shirt or change my shirt or whatever.
mhm.
But yes, but the halves those were 100 something.
Yeah,
Those
or
were,
book early, or look at your races, right? Go and look at races you genuinely might want to do. Like I know it's fun to like go book it, what sounds good, but like look at the race, see if you want to do it. And this is why I say every race ain't worth $100. And I know we
yeah,
already should be paying to run for free. All right, fine, I take it.
yeah,
But we gonna pay to run for free, so at
right.
least see what comes out of it. See if it's qualifiers. See if they give you a T-shirt.
So
You know,
okay,
I
I
don't do
did.
nothing that don't get a T-shirt or a medal.
Yeah,
Nothing.
and so I do actually look at that because I'm about the medals and so I'm competitive.
Yeah.
But I have noticed that some of them like for Houston, they're like their Houston run qualifiers or something, or for the
Yeah.
Texas stuff, the
Yeah.
big stuff in Texas, I guess. They're like part of their qualifying, whatever you
Yeah.
call it. I don't know. I'm learning as I go, obviously, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning. So after this, and then I am in like a running forum on Facebook for Houston area,
Mm-hmm.
and I might go join this run club. I found out actually it's a black run club, and it's for free. They say just show up and you're a member or whatever.
Nearby.
But huh?
Nearby you.
Yeah, it's the one I sent you. I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
their TikTok or something. So
Yeah.
because I like literally, I'm like right here. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you know, test it out. You know, go. Don't commit to no one's run club
Yeah,
until you get the vibe. You know,
yeah.
because it looks fun, and then you get there. You know, people don't really talk. I think that I got lucky because I went to two other run clubs before I saw this
Okay.
one. And one of them was too young for me. Like they was doing too much.
Yeah.
And this one right here has all groups. They give you discounts to events. It is like tiered levels where you pay a little bit for some things. $5, $10. They have a $99 annual fee, and it does whatever. But when I looked at it, it wasn't clear enough to what happens. But I realized that you get entered in certain like promotions. But they have a lot of relationships with people in the city. So if
Okay.
if Fleet Feet is having an event, they might come to our run on Tuesday or Saturday, and they'll be like giving out tickets or doing something. So that's where the membership, the paid part comes into it. But at the end of the day, it's all the same as running. Only thing about when you sign up for a race is
Mm,
the reason why you have to pay for races is because those runs are they have to buy permits to have groups of people
right.
running on the road, and so and it's usually a charity based type thing too,
Yeah.
you know. But just look ahead at runs. We get more discounts the earlier you book a run. So I saw like a run in Savannah. At one point it was $40. Now it's like 100 or something. So
Okay.
look ahead and you have cheaper, even half marathons, it'll be cheaper. I like series, and I know everybody don't like that. I like series just because they usually have like a perk. Like if I go run the same race in different cities for some reason, I like that.
Mm,
And then I like the rock and roll races. I like those, just because they're fun, not because anything else.
right.
I just run for fun. I do not run for competition. I only run for fun. I do run faster than the strollers, but I run for the fun of it. Other than
Yeah.
that, I can run on the street for, just to be running. But yeah.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, with that being said, I guess I won't get no pedicure. So y'all stay real and we'll keep
Stay
it
random. All right.